Hey, first grade Sunday school families. Hope you're doing well and having a great weekend. Hope it's been a good week for you all. I'm sitting here with my son, Titus. Titus is 16. He's our second child. He has three sisters. So we've been learning about David. We learned about how he killed the giant Goliath. We learned about how God anointed him as the next king of Israel because he had to get rid of Saul. Tomorrow we're going to hear some more about David. A little bit of a sad story tomorrow. But there is some good news attached to the sad story. And in preparation for tomorrow, I want you to think about something. Think of what it would be like if I were sitting here with all this food. I would have food fit for a king, right? Whatever fruits and pizza and chips and drink that I want. All the food I could possibly need or want. And suppose I was sitting here with all this food, and then I look over at Titus. And Titus has some food too. He has one Cheez-It. What would you think of me if I, with all this food, fit for a king, right in front of me, ready for me to eat, if I looked over at what Titus had and I went just like this? You would be very surprised. You would think, Mr. Nathan, what in the world? That is your son Titus, and that was the one piece of food he had, and you had all this other food that you could have eaten, but you reached over and took his food. Well, believe it or not, King David, who was a man after God's own heart, and a very special king who God anointed to be king, he did something like this. And because he did something like this, it wasn't with food. We'll learn tomorrow what it was about. Because he did something like this, he was going to need the greatest gift that any of us could ever have. He was going to need the gift of forgiveness. So we'll talk about King David tomorrow. We'll talk about the love of God like we always do, and that love includes this amazing gift of forgiveness. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we will see you in the morning.